1942 brought with it dramatic changes. While the United States Standing Army had been at 1.6 million men when Pearl Harbor was attacked, most of them were not trained to fight. Not only did the nation need more men to serve, it needed men who were trained to hold their own in battle against trained experts in combat, the Germans and Japanese.
I was conscripted in 1941. I was only supposed to be in the service for a certain length of time for training in case a war broke out. My training started in Camp Wheeler, Georgia, and I served 13 months there. After my training, I was taken down to Fort Benning, and I was put in the 4th Infantry Division in a heavy weapons company. We had pillbox training up at Fort Dix, and then after Fort Dix we went down to Florida on the Gulf Coast, where we got an amphibious training.
When the United States peacetime draft was established in 1940, there were some 20 million eligible men, 50% of whom were rejected the first year, either due to health or illiteracy reasons. Many of Erie's men were sent to Pittsburgh for testing, and then sent to various military camps across the United States for 6 to 12 weeks of basic training.
So the first experience I had there was that they decided to have a phys ed test with everybody to see how many push-ups they could do, how many sit-ups they could do, and how many squat thrusts and stuff like that. And not being in perfect shape, half of us probably threw up before the thing was over.
I went from here to Chicago to the Great Lakes Training Facility, boot camp. After boot camp, we went to Norfolk, Virginia for amphibious training. From there, we went to Pittsburgh, to Neville Island shipyard, where we picked up our ship. Then we went down. They were in a hurry to get us over the Pacific, I guess, because the guys who were painting the camouflage on the ship were still on it. We took them with us down the Ohio River to the Mississippi, down to the Gulf of Mexico, and New Orleans, where we dumped them off. Then we headed down to the Gulf of Mexico, in the Caribbean Sea, down to Panama Canal, out to Panama Canal, and out into Hawaii.
Some spent months learning specialized training.
4 or 5 of us sent in our applications for the ski troops, and I was the only one accepted for whatever reason, I don't know. But so I was shipped to Camp Hale, Colorado, which is about 250 miles by road from Denver up into the mountains. And got into training with what was going to be the new 10th Mountain Division. And we skied, rock climbed, and learned about winter warfare and mountain warfare. We wondered where in the world we were going to be shipped to. We were going overseas somewhere. Well, we ended up in Italy. The Germans had complete control of all the highways through the mountains. They had all the highlands. And the Allies had tried to take these mountains 3 or 4 times, and they failed. So we were the greenhorns trained in mountain warfare, so they thought, well, we're the ones to do it.
On December 5th, 1942, a presidential executive order expanded the age range from the draft from 21 to 36 to 18 to 37. Officials at the time estimated 1 out of 5 men would be drafted to serve with the new age limits.
Well, I just turned 18, just graduated from high school. Draft board says I want you. So I went.
I don't know. Two of us, we were working together in Albion, working in an ore factory, making paddles for the Navy. So we said to one to the other, I said, we want to go in the Navy. And the guy said, yeah, let's go. So we went, just like that.
All my neighbor, my friends, everybody was in the service, and so they were all drafted. So I didn't want to be drafted, so I enlisted.
I was in high school. I was in class, and I left the class, I hitchhiked to Erie, and joined the Marines.
I guess I wanted to fight Japs. And then everybody, well, not everybody did, but
I graduated from Union City High School in 1943. And immediately, at that time, we were involved in World War II, and partly all the boys in our class were immediately taken into the military.
It seemed like overnight, Erie's economy shifted to full-time war production. Consumer goods now took a back seat to military production as nationwide rationing began almost immediately. Though many local industrial companies began producing materials for Allied forces like France and Great Britain as early as 1938, it wasn't until May of 1940 that war production efforts were increased. Erie factories instantly began devoting all production toward war efforts. Ships, planes, tanks, howitzers, and more were made right along Erie's bayfront and shipped thousands of miles to aid Allied troops. The city of Erie and its men prepared to go to war.